Yeah, a lot of unanswered questions. If that happened, Lode Vanoost is in Brussels. He's a journalist who's widely covered events in Syria. He's also a former deputy speaker to Belgium's parliament. Lode, thanks for being with us. So we're seeing a ratcheting up of war rhetoric by the US and some European states. Is it timely or is it premature given this alleged chemical attack? Is that really what should be happening now or not, do you think?
Oh, this is absolutely, totally premature. I mean, if you look at the things that happened in the past with other allegations, this is really a time to keep your head cool and say, let's look at the evidence. And so far, the evidence only points to massive killings by some chemical agent. We do not know who did it. We do not know what kind of agents. This is definitely not the time for such rhetoric.
Why is it so difficult to prove who has or not done this? I mean, if you read the papers in a lot of the Western press, I was there a couple of days ago, a lot of pointing fingers at Assad here, but still there's no definite proof, as you're saying. Why, though?
Well, you have to distinguish between forensic proof, which is just a matter of chemical testing and so on, and getting there in the places, knowing that you are in the right place, knowing what the people who say it can happen there are correct, and that's the difficulty. And the thing is also, I mean, is this really about an event that causes the West to react like this, or is it just an excuse, a pretext? I do believe it's a pretext.
So why not wait then for the legitimate proof? Because you think it's an excuse. Do you think they're going to jump the gun here?
Well, they're going to jump some kind of gun. What way, we do not know yet. Let's not forget, first of all, we're talking about a possible different kind of intervention. There is already an intervention on the ground. There are American and British and French trainers on the ground. The rebels have arms that they are delivered by Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Let's not forget these countries do not produce arms. They just buy them from Western countries. So in that way, there is already a strong intervention in this conflict. So the question is, what kind of proliferation is there going to be?
That's exactly my next question. How do you think this is going to pan out then, if it happens?
Well, I do not like what if and what if. I do not like to guess. My idea is that there's going to be some kind of Air Force operation, but that is going to be very, very tricky. You should keep in mind that you cannot bomb chemical stockpiles. You cannot bomb them. You exacerbate the situation. So they have to do other things. They will do some kind of thing that they could then call meaningful, but I do not believe that in this situation there is any way that a military intervention can solve matters. And if it did, it's only going to make matters worse.
If it did happen, would it be a short-term or a medium or a long-term affair, do you think?
Oh, my guess, and I emphasize it's a guess, it's going to be a short-term kind of thing that they're going to do, because they know very well that a long-term operation in Syria is going to put them in a quagmire, and it's going to be hell. I mean, they already have the experience of what happened in Iraq, in Libya, and they're not going to take that risk. I do not believe so.
Lode, a final thought. It seems dismally, doesn't it, that a political way out of this isn't going to happen anytime soon. It seems to be getting further away. I mean, today the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the claims of the chemical attack could be aimed at disrupting any prospect future talks about peace. The Syrian opposition, meantime, they said that there isn't going to be any talks. So I guess that's knocked Geneva on the head, yeah?
Well, when you say the Syrian opposition, that's not entirely correct. There is also very little talk about the civilian, unarmed, non-violent opposition who are willing to, but are not allowed by, for example, the British and the US to participate. I mean, it's one thing to say we're going to organize talks and then tell your allies, but don't come. I mean, that is just bad faith. And that is what is happening for the moment. Of course, what is happening now is probably like the foreign minister, Russian foreign minister said, some kind of creating a situation that alters the things on the ground.
Lode Vanoost, journalist and former deputy speaker of the Belgian parliament, live from Brussels there. Thank you very much.